Hello, everybody. Can you see us and can you hear us okay? It's a little frantic getting on here today for me, not for Walter. He always has to change his clothes. So just let us know if you can hear us okay. Hello, Andy. Hello, Jeannie. Hello, Donna and Pamela and Kathy and Barb and Jan and Ron and Stephanie. We have to stop meeting like this, Stephanie. The meaning of that will be clearer as we go on today. Did I say hello to Kathy? Yes, I did. It's National to Be Nice to Walter Day. Oh, let's not start this right off that bat.
Yeah, Steve was really depressed after last week.
I wasn't depressed. I'm pissed off. Hello, Green Quilts from Chili PEI. Donna says we can hear. Yep, you can hear us.
You're
okay,
paying
great.
too much attention to me.
Who is?
Everybody.
Well, I don't, so you might as well get it. Suzanne's here. Hi, Suzanne. Barb, Tracy's here. Hello, Tracy. Lots of things going on today. At least I've been busy mostly puttering and experimenting, but I'll explain that in a minute too. You bet. Hear you fine. Great. Thank you, Pamela. Okay, so more people are coming in, and as they do, we'll get started. Let's jump right into Walter's bags. Let's jump right into Walter's bags.
I did a couple, I haven't done a couple more bags, but I'm doing the embroidery for a couple more bags. And so I've got two here that I've done. I've got one on the go upstairs, but I've got this one that I've done.
Oh, charming.
And this one that I've done. So one will be the front, one will be the back. And that's it right now.
That's all you've done? Well, you gave two bags to the neighbor, didn't you?
I gave two bags to the neighbors.
Yes. Yes, Jan, I know. Yeah, okay, fine. I wasn't milking you for compliments. But anyways, yeah.
I gave two to the neighbors. They wanted me to... They asked me in the summer about making bags, or asked us in the summer.
Actually, they asked you in May.
In May.
It was the day that the microburst went through.
Yeah. And then I said, yeah, okay. So as typical, I leave it to the last minute.
Mm-hmm.
But so I gave them two bags. They wanted me to buy them from me, and I have no idea what I would charge for them.
Well, they can't afford you.
Yeah, I know. So I don't think they really know how much time and how much material go into one of these things. So I kind of
those bags would easily get $80 to $100 a piece.
Yeah,
for them because they're very elaborate.
They take me a lot of time to make.
Yeah, but also the quality of the fabric you're using and everything else. I mean, these bags
there's
are
at least
substantial.
I figured there's at least $50 worth of materials alone in each bag. So
yeah, so there you go, your time. So I don't think I was off by saying 80 to 100. But anyways, they're our neighbors. We give them something at Christmas every year, and so there they go.
If she's happy with them.
But you came back and said she made an assumption.
Yeah, she made an assumption. Like I brought the bags over yesterday, and she said, "Oh, you make them?" I said, "Yeah, I make them. Steve does quilts, right?"
If not the little lady of the house made them.
Yeah, I know. There's back to that stereotype that one of us plays a female role and the other one plays a male role in this relationship.
I don't play anything. I'm me.
We just work on our strengths. Like one person does something, has a stronger affinity to do one thing, and another person a different thing. In sewing, he likes making quilts, and I like doing other stuff. So,
well, we play on our strengths. My strength is my natural beauty and youthful appearance, and your strength is making bags. Well, you know, I can always learn to make a bag, but you can't do plastics. Well, you can do plastic surgery. But anyways, hi, Jess. So who I missed here saying hello to? Patsy's here. Hi, Patsy. Hi, Nancy. Hi, Dana. Yes, Danny, you're quite right. It's difficult to set a price on anything we do. That's right, because people won't pay you for it. But we've had that discussion before. Ron, you bought a new embroidery machine. So I have lots of questions for Wednesday. Okay, bring them on. What kind of machine did you get, Ron? Let me guess. You bought a Bernina, didn't you?
Or an industrial
Or that's
something.
well, maybe. Anyways, Green Quilt says $80 to $100 would be a bargain. Yeah, probably. But you know, people who don't make these kind of things, they think they can get them for, dollar store prices. Um, Amy,
Well, not
hi.
only that, if I start charging for the bags, the next thing you know, she'll be telling all her friends,
Oh, yeah.
and then they'll be all lining up outside the door wanting me to make bags for them.
Yeah,
So.
well, we don't want a business. So, hi, Amy. Amy says if there's $50 in materials, then I would charge at least $150. Yeah, that sounds about right. Hi, Carrie. Nancy says, when I told someone how much my bags would be, they scoffed. Yeah. Yeah, people just don't get it. But,
Yeah.
we know that. Any of us that make anything, we know
Well, a lot of
that.
people think that because you make it yourself, it's cheaper.
Yeah, yeah. But we've had this discussion
Yeah, anyway,
many
yeah.
times before. We got a...
Yeah.
Okay. Well, Ron,
Steve has trouble with that word.
I hope you have, well, anything that starts with a P, like
What?
pneumonia,
Yeah, like
Panoma.
pneumonia.
pneumona,
Or phone.
Paphone, a paphone.
Or knife.
Oh, that's a
My
knife.
mother always used to call it knife.
Knife. Hi, Diana. So anyways, that's what Walter's been working on. I'll show you what what I'm going to show you here once I get it up onto the screen for you. Yeah, let's go here. Okay, I made this. This was my sister tends to be a little passive aggressive, I think, if that's the term for it. So she sends me a link in Facebook message with a picture of this bag, and she goes, "Oh, here's the link to that pattern. I thought you might be interested in making it." What I think my sister was saying was, I really like that bag. It says my sister doesn't sew. I'd really like you to make it for me. But she didn't ask that. So I bought the pattern and I made it. It's okay, but I'm not completely happy with it. Actually, the top looks a little funny there. That's actually not how it looks in real life. I think I must have hit it with my hand and sort of squished it down just before I took the picture. But the problem was the pattern. The pattern sucks. And on Idiot Quilter next week, I will be talking about that in a little bit more detail. But not a well-written pattern at all. I'm glad I've made bags before, because if I had been a rank beginner, I would never have gotten this made. I like my fabric that I used on it. And it's got a, like you can see the inside. It's all lined, of course, on the... Okay, move. There it is. That's what the inside looks like. And it's got that zipper that goes around three sides. It's great for, storing stuff or that. It'd be great for somebody, maybe a knitter. I don't know, maybe my sister's thinking about it for holding her stuff for cross-stitching. But I know it's going to say, I'm going to give it to her. I'm going to give it to her at Christmas time. Even though there's a couple of things I'm not happy about it, she won't know that. And, yeah, I'll give it to her. And then this is what she's going to say. Oh, I just thought you might be interested because you make bags. I wasn't hinting at you making it for me.
Bull.
She's more like my mother every day.
Yeah.
Oh God, my mother was good at that too. The exact same thing. Well, she learned from the best.
Sounds like something my sister would have done.
Yeah, well, yeah. Well, I don't want to say it on here because there's too many who would attack me, but it's a woman thing. Doesn't say that. We went to Ultimate Sewing yesterday. I picked up a couple of Batik fat quarter, they're fat quarter bundles, because I kind of like the color spectrum and I'm a sucker for batiks. And actually there were 9 fat quarters in each one of these packages, and they were $35 a piece. That's not bad, because on average anywhere, well, they usually have fat quarters that are about $350, or have they gone up there? But their selection of fat quarters, they usually make them from the ends of it, kind of a thing, and the selection is kind of shitty. These are I can never say that company. Benetrex, whatever, is the manufacturer of these.
Benetex?
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
I don't think it's Benetex though. I think it looks like
Ben
Benetex.
Artex.
Ben Artex. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
it. Okay. Anyways, on average, fat quarters now are running about $4.50 or $5 a piece. So 9 in a package is, $40 to $45. I paid 35. Yeah, I didn't think that was too bad at all for that. So let me get us out of here, come back to us, and change my screen up here so we can see what's going on. And there we are. So what are people saying here? Love the fabric, Carrie says. It's pretty. Yeah, it's pretty. Beautiful for lunch bag. Yeah, you could use that bag for lunch bag.
Be a big lunch.
Big lunch. But that's okay. Tight lining, meaning very nice, Stephen. Yeah, well, I kind of know what I'm doing when I make the bags, but this is what annoyed me about that pattern. What would have been better was if I had known that pattern was going to be so poorly written. I am sure that at Bags by Annie, she probably has a pattern for something similar. I love by Annie bags. Her instructions are absolutely very detailed, very well written, and usually a video to go along with them too. I could have gone there and looked for it, but I didn't because she saw it, wants it, I guess, or maybe she doesn't want. I don't know. She won't admit it one way or another. Barb says, good job in the lining. My linings are always loose. Wow. Well, really? Well, so you got a slutty bag. But anyways, yeah. And I am doing a little experiment right now. Yesterday, don't ask me why. Oh, I made a whole bunch of napkins yesterday because, again, passive aggressive. We've been debating on what we're going to do for Christmas as far as Christmas dinner. And I was kind of hoping my sister would just say she was doing it, come over, kind of a thing. But I didn't want to push myself onto her, unlike her, because we've been over to their place in the last year a number of times, for dinner and things like that. And so technically it's kind of our turn. But the problem comes down to we could have as many as few as 6 people, or we could have as many as 15 for this. And I'm sorry, I'm old. I don't have the energy I had when I was a younger man for these big affairs. I mean, it's not the cooking that's hard because Walter will do it. And it'll all be done probably the day before anyways, doing the standard fare, turkey, scalloped potatoes, green beans, stuffing, rolls, hit the road, So my sister sent me an email the other day and she says, so, I don't know what you were thinking about for Christmas. We're having Christmas with her husband's family early because of such and such and such and such is going somewhere or whatever. And so we really don't know. Yeah, okay. So I get the hint. So I wrote back and said, well, why don't you guys come here for Christmas dinner? And she says, oh, okay, that would be nice. She said, it'll just be the 4 of us. And yeah, okay, that's nice. Nice. She says, although I don't know what her in-laws were doing for sure either. Whether they were heading out with their daughter, my brother-in-law's sister, and her husband to wherever they were going or whatnot. My sister didn't seem to know. So I said, well, if they're around too on Christmas Day, well, invite them, as well to come over. I don't want them being by themselves on Christmas Day or anything like that. And that's fine. So that takes those 4, adds 2 more. That's 6. Walter and I make 8 at that point. But it's still up in the air. And my sister says, well, she could bring some cookies. So I wrote back and said, okay, cookies would be nice. And could you maybe make a cabbage salad? Because I suck at making cabbage salad. There is nothing to making a cabbage salad. But I just figured one less thing I had to worry about. And, she didn't say the cookies she was making them. She probably is making the cookies. But I'm going to have lots of that stuff anyways. So then I said, well, what about Walter's sister and brother-in-law? Because, they're getting up there in years too. I mean, we could have them. And of course, if we have them, then we have to have Walter's niece because she's an unclaimed treasure, lives on her own and everything. And she'd be over at her parents' place anyways for Christmas or whatever. So that's fine. Don't mind having her as well. But then that leaves their son. And he's married and has 2 girls, our great nieces. And they're all fine too. But I don't want to make anybody feel left out. But a lot of this I won't know until almost the last minute who's coming. So I'm planning for 15. Counting Walter and I, 15. If there's less, then there's less. But I don't know. So, yeah, it's complicated. Bah humbug is all I say to that. What people saying here. Oh, Brenda's here. Hi, Brenda. Aloha. I followed the BC Canadians to Waikiki. Sunny here. 3 times the cost of material is a reasonable selling price. Oh, okay. Crimson and Clover So Sweetness. Kathy says, bag like yours. Video to go with the pattern. Crimson and Clover So Sweetness. Yeah, that So Sweetness, I've been hearing a lot about that company lately. I haven't really explored them that far, but maybe I should. Hi, Margaret. Hello from Connecticut. I'm sewing a Christmas table runner. Yeah, I've been there, done that 12,000 times in the last 4 months. Green Grill. Brenda and Arn and Carlos say hello back. Enjoy Hawaii. Oh, okay. Brenda says, thank you. I didn't know you could send a message my way. See you Wednesday. Okay, that's great. Julie's here from Wisconsin. Sure, Nancy, you just truck right on over. The more the merrier. At that point, I don't care. It may get to the point where there'll be so many people, we'll have to all strip naked to get more bodies in. And that is a visual I don't even want to go to. Oh, I just about made myself. I think I threw up a little bit in my mouth just when I said that, when I thought about what that was. Okay. I can even gross myself out. So, anyways, what's coming up? Well, in the past week, I did an interview with Kay. Is Kay on here? I didn't see Kay. The Purple Wall. You may have seen the interview. If you didn't, do check it out. On So Chatty this week, I think most of you probably saw it. I did a special video showing all my Christmas decorations. Definitely not. I'm not an interior decorator. That's pretty much obvious. I like to call my style eclectic down home country. What do you call it? Don't say shit.
It's very nice.
Well, that's one step up from it. Usually it's fine. You know, I've told you this before. When he says something is fine, it means don't ever make that again or do that again. Because it's not fine. You have somewhere to go?
No, I'm just checking the time.
Well, I'm sorry if I'm keeping you away from something. Jeez. All right. So, Christmas box unboxing. All right. Stephanie's on here. And Stephanie and I did our first of 3 videos, which will be posted next Wednesday, the first one, showing the Missouri Star quilt box. We both bought that. Mine cost double of what hers did, thanks to the Canadian dollar next to the American dollar. But we opened the first 8 gifts today. So you'll see that on Wednesday. So spoiler alert, if any of you have gotten the box and you're opening them each up on the day of, well, we'll only be up to gift number 7, I think, on, yeah, I think gift 7, or maybe we'll on 8 on Wednesday. Let's see. What's today? Today's 4th. We opened, oh, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4, then 5, 6, 7. No, it'll be 7. So there, you might want to turn it off before you get to number 8. However, I have seen several videos are out there already. I haven't been watching them because I don't want to know what's in the box. But I've seen there's been other videos out there that have been revealing the stuff. Some of them are not doing it day by day. They're just opening them all up in one fell swoop. Kind of takes the fun out of it. You know, it's supposed to be a Christmas Advent sort of calendar box thing, right? Different gift every day. But anyways, we had a little fun doing that. And I have to say right now, I'm definitely going to pre-order another Missouri Star quilt box for Christmas next year too, because even though we've only opened up 8 items, I'm impressed with it. It was worth the money. And you might want to know how much that money was. I think American, it was about $169. Between shipping, the exchange rate, blah, blah, blah. For Canadians, it was $308 for me. So, but so far, I think I'm getting my money's worth out of it. And Stephanie says she thinks so too. Let's see.
Okay, 169 for US.
169 for US. Yeah. Yeah, it worked out 308 for me. Amy says, I watched your video of the Christmas decorations. I had to take a nap after the video. It's a lot of work for one day. I'm still trying to talk myself into decorating my tree. Yeah, I dread it every year. I dread going into the black hole of Calcutta to get all the Christmas decorations out, which is what we call the crawl space. And then, well, you saw how I try to lay it all out, because I don't remember what I've had from one year to the next. But once I get going on it, I'm okay. But it does take me most of the day. I start early. Because I'm running around trying to figure out where is this going to go, where's that going to go, and all that stuff. And I never put stuff in the same place from the year before because I can't remember. Kind of like a squirrel. If I was a squirrel, I'd never find my nuts. So, but anyways, it is what it is. I now have a visual record of it if I want to check it. I thought I did one last year. I was sure I did, but I can't find that video. So I don't know what happened to that. Maybe I don't know what I did. So anyways, talking about Christmas boxes. Okay. So we have a quilting store in Canada, in Ontario. It's called the Quilting Gnome, and it's up about 90 minutes north of us if we were to go there. Now, some of you might remember on the Idiot Quilter a couple of weeks ago, I reviewed their online store, and there was something a little unusual about their online store. They didn't have fabric, yet they had all these kits, and they also do long arming services and stuff like that. And I thought, well, why don't you have fabric? And so I contacted them and asked them, and they said, oh yeah, they had fabric, but they never put it up online because by the time they got it up online, it was all gone. Meaning, I guess, out of their store or whatever. And I asked them if they could send me some pictures of their store too, because I was telling them I was reviewing their online site. And basically, I went in with the attitude that this was someplace I want to go and check out, because I saw the pictures of the store that it looked really like chucked full. It was small, but lots and lots of fabric, it looked like. So I don't know what they were charging for it. Also, it was recommended to me by one of the ladies at Ultimate Sewing. She had bought stuff online from them, some kits and stuff, and that's how I found out about them. So they did send me some pictures. Their store looked, lots there to choose from. So I said to Walter, it might be worth a day trip to, drive the hour and a half up to the store, check it all out. Well, we never got around to doing that. However, I am rethinking that now, because they had a Christmas box as well. Pretty expensive. We looked it up online, $180.25 Canadian for it, and they are a Canadian store. Well, I've seen some unboxing of some of the things. Stephanie's been doing an unboxing because she bought one. Yeah, unless things get better, and according to Stephanie, they don't. What a load of crap. I'll give you an example. The very first gift was the packaging, a vinyl bag with a quilt design on it. The kind of bag you can buy at the dollar store in place of, as a reusable bag. Second gift was a lanyard for hanging your snips to that retracts. And I think it said Handy Quilter on it. It's a promotional item. It didn't cost them anything. So they threw that in as a gift. The third day, they had
Wasn't it a retractable tape?
Yeah, it was a measuring tape, a retractable one. We have the same tape.
Actually, the same tape was given to us when we went to a retreat and from Ultimate Sewing, and I don't know if it was a purchased item by the store, or they said a lot of times the retreat bags that they get promotional items from suppliers. So I don't know if that was a purchased item, or I have the same tape measure, and it's kind of a crappy tape measure.
The first time you pull it out, measure something, hit the retract button, it goes in. You do it the next time, and you have to keep hitting the button. It'll go in about 3 inches, then another 3 inches, and that kind of thing. So anyways, if Stephanie doesn't mind me saying this, Stephanie is not going to be showing the rest of the items because she's already knows what's all in there.
She says I don't recommend any of you to purchase it.
I will explain more in my next Vlogmas. Yeah, extreme disappointment. 180 Canadian bucks. Now, luckily for Stephanie, she didn't have to pay 180 bucks for it because the American dollar is that much stronger. But nevertheless, you know, we were talking about this, Walter and I, and what you were saying, like if they're putting this out to promote their store, you don't want to give people crap.
If you're nowadays with YouTube videos and everything else, that if a store puts out one of these boxes, chances are somebody's going to review it online, right? And or show what's inside the box, right? It's not a very good promotion for your store if they've got it filled with stuff that most people don't want. You know, I mean, if I see that store, or even if I were to even get it and not even show it on a video and get it, it would give me a bad feeling about that store, and I may not want to purchase from them again.
And you know, the other thing that really upsets me about them is that this is out there for people to buy, and it is not a very good representation of Canadian quilting stores, because this just smacks, I'm sorry to say it, but this just smacks of absolute cheapness and trying to take advantage of customers. It's like they're trying to make money from this bag. And really, I think what most of these companies do that put out these advent calendars is I think they're just basically trying to cover their costs. I don't think they're using it as a major creator of revenue for themselves, because it's like what Walter said. It is a reflection of what kind of store they are. They know that people are going to do unboxings on YouTube. It's advertising for them. They're investing in advertising. So I said earlier that I said to Walter, maybe we should go up to that store. I don't think I want to. Now, this just left a really bad taste in my mouth for this kind of thing. So what are people saying here? Patsy says she finished the embroidery on the tree skirt, ready to construct it now. Well, you're way ahead of me, Patsy. Mine's not going to be done this Christmas. Hi, Teresa. Margaret says, I got the box and doing the opening of the packages daily. It's the only Christmas gift I will get. I'm assuming, Margaret, you mean the Missouri Star quilt box. Well, if it's the only gift you're going to get, I think it's a good gift. Okay. Oh, Purple Wall's here. Kay's here. Hi, Kay. Stephanie agrees with you, Walter, about that. Hi, Em. So, yeah. So, you know, for any of you that have never bought one of these Christmas boxes, and I am one of those people, I bought two. The Missouri Star Quilt and Kawartha Quilting, which we're going to talk about the Kawartha Quilting. We're actually going to open up some of the gifts in the Kawartha Quilting. And I'm hoping, well, we'll talk more about that in a minute. But if you have been thinking about it, it would be well worth your time to watch all the various unboxings out there, so you get a sense of who might have the good stuff. Right now, I've watched a lot. I would say, just from the first 8 days of the gifts in the Missouri Star Quilt one that I've got, I don't think any of the other boxes can touch it at all.
No, Catherine Anderson said that she had purchased one last year, but thought it was too full of
license merchandise and not enough usable product or projects. Never again. Huh. Catherine, I don't understand what you mean about too full of licensed merchandise. Do you mean stuff that has the Missouri Star logo on it or that kind of thing? And not enough usable product or projects. Well, maybe people complained about that last year, if that was something, because so far, out of the first 8 items, there's good stuff in there. I'm not going to tell you what I found. Some of you may have already seen videos, but ours, Stephanie's and my video go up on our channels on Wednesday, so you'll see that then, and I don't want to really talk about it if you haven't seen any of it yet. So I don't want to.
Somebody else is saying it would be a good idea for them to offer themed boxes like all fabric, all notions, variety box, etc.
Are you talking that Missouri Star quilt or just in general? Because I know there are some that just like, I think cotton quilts, um, theirs is a theme by around fabric, I think, and maybe some notions as well. So I think some do that. Um, I think Missouri Star Quilt's philosophy is, if you listen to Jenny, it's sort of like Oprah's favorite things. It's Jenny's favorite things, kind of a deal. I don't know. At least that's how she sometimes promotes it. But so far for me, given how much I invested in this box, I am pleased at this
Well, not
point.
only that, I mean, it is a little bit of a surprise when you're opening these things. That it's sort of like when you get a gift from somebody else, you don't necessarily know what they're going to give you, type of thing.
Yeah.
So you get a mix of like fabric and other things and stuff like that. And there may be some things in there that you may never have purchased for yourself, and you think, nah, it's kind of a waste of money.
Yeah.
But that's the same thing that
Well,
happens when somebody gives you a gift.
and that's
so.
what Stephanie and I are doing. We're looking at the things that came up and said, well, like I thought there might be something that'll come out that Stephanie will say, oh yeah, I really love this. And I'd say, I probably wouldn't use it or whatever. But so far we've both been on the same wavelength in this one. But we'll see. There's still more to go. And yes, Julie says, I'm talking about any real retailer. Yeah. Teresa says that So Nova is unboxing the advent calendar from Stitch Supply Company. People who ordered early had the option of personalized kits. She's having a great time and getting real cool stuff. That's interesting. Stephanie says cotton cuts do that. You can pick notions, batiks, or regular cotton fabric advents. I'm opening the notions and batiks. So far, so good. Yeah, and I've been watching that, and it does look pretty good. Catherine says, yes, it was a lot of MCQC branded stuff that I wouldn't use. Okay, because so far, in the 8 things we opened, only one thing might be considered branded. I don't want to say any more about it. You have to watch the video. Catherine, Julie says, quilting with Stephanie Stitches is Cotton Cuts a store. I'll let Stephanie answer that. Yes, an online shop. She says, Catherine, with exchange and shipping costs, I just didn't feel that I got the value for the cost. Yeah, well, that's the thing. You are taking a chance. Like I thought that too when I hesitated on putting it like, and I thought, nope, I'm going to give it a shot. Try it once. But anyway, speaking of that, I have another one. It's the Santa sack from Quilter Quilting, which is in my area, about 40 minutes north of us. This is what it came in. This bag, I ordered this back in the summer. It was I think it worked out to with tax to about $175 or something like that, 180. This they embroidered themselves using their machine, and they're a Bernina dealer, so they use Berninas to put that on the sack. So it's kind of nice. The Missouri Star quilt, I really love what it came in. The box that looked like a suitcase, which is very usable. Now, I have looked in here. Everything is individually wrapped, but I just wanted to check to see, which ones I should open first. Well, guess what? None of them are numbered. And this bag has 15 wrapped items. I don't know. I never heard them say how many they were going to have. But this, technically, I got thinking about it. They never advertised this as an advent calendar-like thing. They called it a Santa sack. And so it's a mystery bag of what you're going to get. They say you're getting more than what you're paying for it in that value. So, and you know how much I like Quilter Quilting. So
We'll see how much we like it
after this. And I'm not going to mince words. I will give you my honest reaction to this bag, okay? But that doesn't mean I hate Quilter Quilting if this doesn't turn out to be what I'm hoping it will be. I still love them. I still think they're a great store. And I don't know if they've ever done a Santa sack before. This might be their first year. Maybe, they're looking for a little feedback. One thing, though, there were 3 items in the bottom of the bag that weren't wrapped, so I think they're just little goodies. There was a pen that says Quilter Quilting on it. Actually, it's a nice pen. I like the color. And 2 candy canes. Want to suck on something?
No, thanks.
Big sucker. I can put those on the tree. So, what I'm going to do is I'm not going to open everything up in this one. We're going to save some of this for the next Stephen and Walter Live. And since there are 15 things here, I'm going to spread it over 3 Sundays. So I'm just going to pick out of the bag, out at random. I'm just going to pick 5 gifts. So here's the first one. What's it feel like to you?
I don't know.
It feels like a calendar
Yeah,
to
sort of.
me. I hope it's not a calendar. I use my phone. Oh, I bet you I know which one it was. Did you see the quilting calendar on their counter when we were in
No.
there last week? Well, I'll bet you that's what this is. I'll bet you. Yep, I am right. The art of the quilt. And on the back, it shows the pictures that it has. And this retails at $21.99 Canadian. So,
I don't know if I'd spend $21.99.
well, I wouldn't spend $21.99 on a calendar.
Because I don't use calendars.
I don't use
anymore.
calendars anymore either. I mean, it's got nice pictures in it, I suppose. I'll put it up somewhere down here, you know, maybe. Yeah, okay.
I mean, if somebody gave it to you, which we...
Yeah. So it's on a calendar, a record of Christmas favorites. It might be a year of blocks, though. Okay. Now, I'm just looking on the back. I think these are just quilts that people have designed at some point, probably famous people. I don't know. It says 12-month calendar features patterns for 12 quilts. Oh. I think there's patterns. Now that makes it a little different. I need something to open it up with here. My snips. That makes it a little better than just a calendar, if that is true. Well, let's open it up and see. Oh, it has bonus cardboard. Okay, well, there's a picture of the quilt for January. I don't see a
Well,
pattern.
maybe go to the back.
Quilt design and pattern. Quilt Studio, the key to making beginner friendly. Ah. The back has a little folder. And yes, it comes with the patterns for all the quilts that are shown in here. Okay, I'm not doing this very well. Yep. Yep, it has all the patterns for each of the quilts. Okay, so basically you're getting 12 patterns in it. So that's actually not a bad value if you were to outright buy that. Okay. All right, I take it back. This now has been, the value of this has gone up in my estimation. Very awkward. Yeah, okay. So that's okay. A $22 value. In the US, it's only $15.99. In Australia, it's $21.99.
Mm-hmm.
In New Zealand, it's $23.99. Yeah, bloody Americans always get all the breaks. Okay. I like this. I like this. All right, that was gift number 1. Green Quilt says that's less than $2 a pattern. Yeah. Yes, we established that. So I'm just looking at what people are saying. Okay.
Kathleen, what store is this? This is Quilter Quilting. It's a store that's near us.
In Ontario. They do have a store online. It's a very good website. They are a Bernina dealer. They're also a dealer for AccuQuilt. That's where I get all my dyes. It's a cute store. If you're ever up in this area of the woods, you should check it out. But and I did do an interview with the owners of the store, and that's posted. I did that about a month and a half ago. And that's posted on the website too, so you can check that out. And we went around, saw the whole interior of the store. It's a nice store inside. Okay, that was gift number 1. Let's go for a second gift. Okay. This one's a bit soft and squishy. Could it be fabric? But it's not very thick if it is.
Yeah, I think it's fabric.
Okay. Now, see, I was saying earlier, the way some of these were wrapped, they kind of, that could be because they're in a sack, too, that jostles around. Nope. It is a wool pressing mat, a small one. I have lots of wool pressing mats, but I don't have one this size. And actually, these are not cheap. These are not cheap. So, yeah.
Might come in handy.
Actually, well, it will come in handy. So that's okay. I'm happy with that, too. I was looking to see if they had a price on it, but they don't. But these are usually $30 or more, or even for the small ones, even. So, I mean, I know I bought.
That's all right.
So that's okay. That's a good value. All right. I'm impressed. 2 out of 2. I'm impressed with. What's everybody saying? Excellent. Okay, Americans probably get less salary than Canadians. No.
Maybe in retail or something, but.
And actually, purple wall, the way Kawartha is spelled is Kawartha. So you need an A between your K and W. Actually, an AR, right? So Kawartha. It's Kawartha. No, it's just KA, right?
Kawartha.
Yeah. MICKEYMOUSE, Mickey Mouse, so is he, Mickey Mouse. Yes, you are. Okay, Kathleen says, I'm in Michigan, so road trip. Okay, yeah, I got my butterfly Acu dye from them. Highly recommend. Yeah. Oh, they're all taking road trip. They're all going road trip, road trip. We'll go with you. You can come up, pick us up. We'll do lunch. Yeah, that'll be fun. Yeah, it's a good size pressing mat. If you want, when you're doing those little bits and pieces, you just need to, you have it sitting right beside you kind of thing with a mini iron. I think that is, so I like it. I really like that. I saw someone, Barb says, who received a wool mat that was only 4 inches square.
Can't do much with that.
Yeah, I was going to say, that's small. I mean, that's 8.5 inches, it says, I think. Okay, let's go for gift number 3, reaching into the bag. I
don't know.
Well, I hope it wasn't anything breakable.
It didn't go crunch.
Yeah. Okay. This might be. Yeah. This. No. No, it's a notepad. 50 colorful sheets. Well, it won't come amiss. I use notepads all the time. Proudly made in the USA. She says. I mean, okay.
It's all right.
It's okay. Yeah.
It's not as impressive as a wool map.
No, I know. But, yeah, useful. It's useful. I mean, I will use it. So.
And it's lined.
And it's lined, yeah.
I bet you wonder if it's a sticky yet.
I don't know. I'd have to open and find out. Can I? Because I love lined sticky notes. I use them all the time.
Probably not. No.
No, it's not. But there's flares off it now. It's cute. So yeah, it won't come amiss.
Patsy says one of the few things made in the USA.
Yeah, well, Yeah.
Our Bosch dishwasher was made in the USA.
Yeah. Well, I'll never get that back in that bag. So screw that. Okay, let's go. All right. There's some little tiny thing. Okay. A giant candy. It's hard. Pull it up. It's hard.
I think it's a spool thread.
Oh. Maybe it's King Tut. I like King Tut's threads. I don't use them all the time, but I do like them. Okay. No. It's an engagement ring. Okay, it's almost got like a Missouri Star quilt symbol on it. Okay, I don't know how you open it. Say on the bottom. It's from Riley Blake. Directions. Oh my God, I can't read that. Apply. I don't know. Apply. Can you read that? Holy crap.
No, I can't read it. Give me your
I wonder if
glasses.
it's thread conditioner.
Okay. Then
Amy says Riley Blake lip balm.
apply is
Beeswax.
needed. Apply is needed.
Oh, twist it. Someone says twist it.
There we go.
Oh. Is it a lip balm?
No, I don't think so. I think it's
Should I taste it? Okay, do I have a magnifying glass in that drawer? Just a second. Let me reach over here. Where's my phone? Take a picture of it and blow it up. Because I don't know what it
and
is.
it says warning on it.
Oh, okay. I didn't look at camera. Okay. All right. Apply as needed. Warning. For external use only, keep out of reach of children. Damn. If swallowed, get medical help or contact a poison control center right away. Store at 20 to 25 degrees C, 68 to 77 Fahrenheit. Ingredients: coconut oil, paraffin, something, ethylene, eucalyptus. So I think it's a lip balm. I think that's right. Who said lip balm? Kathy did. Yeah, it's a lip balm. Did you put your lips on it?
No.
Okay. Definitely they weren't thinking about men. I suppose men can use lip balm.
Or is it a thread conditioner?
No, I think it's a lip balm. Although they got poison control.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know.
You may do some research into that.
Yeah, I have to look into that. 'Cause I don't know what it is. Cute, whatever it is. Kathleen says, I use my phone to read small print all the time. Amy says, I promise it's lip balm. I have the same one in a bowl on my dresser. Oh, okay. It's lip balm. Everybody's saying it's lip balm. But what's this about poison control? It burns! It burns! It's a lip balm. Actually, it's kind of nice. Do you want some lip balm?
No thanks.
I don't want your lips on this.
Okay. I don't know where your lips have been.
Not on you. Okay. So, all right. Actually, it feels quite nice. Maybe I should use lip balm more often. I don't know. Just don't eat it, Patsy says. Okay. Well, I guess. Because what would one of these be worth? Lip balms are not particularly cheap unless you buy chapstick, and even that's gone up. So,
Here's a picture of a mint citrus one.
okay,
lip
and how
balm.
much do they want for it? Does it give you a price?
$2.75 each.
Oh, is that American or
I
Canadian?
think it's American.
All right,
Back
so
order shop.
okay, so it's like $5 Canadian.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. I actually I'm okay with it. I'm okay with it. Kathleen says $6.99. So I don't know. Yeah. All right. So how many side I've opened? 1, 2, 3, 4. One more to open. All right. I have no idea. I would say it's something.
Some sort of notion.
Yeah. All right. Ah, this I'm going to like. Because you see, it says go. That's AccuQuilt. It is a rotary cutter. An AccuQuilt rotary cutter. Now, I have a lot of rotor cutters, but I don't have one like this. And it's a 45, I think. Actually, I don't have a decent 45 yet. So, okay. These are not cheap. Look it up. Look it up. Let's find out the price on this. So yeah, that I'm happy with that. Definitely happy with that. Yeah, that's his. Stephanie says great gift. Yeah, I think so. Patsy was right. Rotary cutter. So Walter's looking it up to see what the price might be. You got to hit the website button.
Where's the web? Oh, there it is.
And then do a search. Hit the magnifying glass. Hit the magnifying glass.
Okay.
And put in rotary cutter. Let's see what comes up. You don't have to keep punching all that. They're all coming up. Now, is there an AccuGo 45 millimeter rotor cutter?
It's on sale for $22.99.
So that's $23 on sale from them. You know, so, okay. So let's do a quick tally here. All right. So 20, 24, 29. Look up this wool mat. See how much that is. Calendar was 24. No, calendar was 22. Fine.
Nope, they don't have one mat.
Okay, just look. Go to Amazon and look up 8.5 inch square, 8.5 inch wool. Ooh, it's 100% New Zealand wool in this mat too. Okay, so that was 5 items.
Okay, on Amazon it's $22.
Okay,
What brand is it?
Gypsy.
Well, Gypsy, it's $30.
Oh, all right. So right there,
Yeah, Gypsy, it's $30 on Amazon, 8.5 by 8.5.
it's $80 for those 5 items. We're at about $80 Canadian. I paid $180, including the tax.
Well, Matt, in retails for $9.99. And
Of course it does. So we're all in Canadian dollars here right now. So $80 out of the first 5 items, and there's 10 more items to go. So so far I am impressed. I'm not as impressed as I am with the Missouri Star quilt, but it's to be seen yet with the other things. So okay, I think I'm definitely getting my money's worth out of that. Okay. Actually, I'm very happy that is, because I would have been really disappointed. I have to pick up the little pieces off the floor. I would be very disappointed with Kawartha Quilting if it hadn't been something good. I'm kind of liking that lip balm. There you go. I wonder if they have nail polish to go with it. Do the nails and whatnot. Okay, so what are people saying here?
don't forget to count the gift bag it came, if it's nice.
Oh, yeah, true. And the gift bag is nice because they did the embroidery on it themselves. So definitely not a throwaway. with that. So yeah, so that's yeah. So far, I'm impressed. Stay tuned for next week. I'll open another 5, and we'll see if it continues on that level. What are people saying? Dana didn't know Go made rotary cutters. Yeah, I didn't know either, but we know now. Kathleen says our quilt store was selling the rotary cutter case the last time I was in. Oh, what? You mean there is a case that goes with this? Not that I would ever put it in the case. Let's just take it out here and take a look at it. Now, the one thing about this style that I don't like is this. To open it and close it, although it's in a convenient spot, but the one that I use the most is an Olfa, and it automatically retracts because it's got like a trigger on it, and when you let go of the trigger, it retracts. And when you're somebody like me being a klutz, I could see myself cutting myself on this, but nevertheless, actually feels not bad in the hand. So, and it's 45 millimeters, so that's okay. I usually use 60, but there's been some things where I actually a 45 would work better. So, okay. Anyways.
It's always handy to have an extra one.
Yeah. Can you have too many rotary cutters? Ask Stephanie. I know what her answer will be. No, you cannot. Okay.
Storage case that holds the blades and the cutter.
Oh. Did know that. Yeah, I can't get that on. It's over the flip. All right, so that was fun. All right, let's move on then, shall we? Craft and Chat. This Wednesday, it's the first Wednesday of December, so that's Wednesday, December the 7th, starting at 1 p.m. Craft and Chat, link is in the show notes. Those of you on the mailing list have already gotten the link via your email as well. And update on my idea about the New Year's Day. I think it's going to be a go. More details will come out about that and with the link and everything when we get closer to the date. So that is January the 1st, 2023. Bring in the new year with the Idiot Quilter and Walter. Or just with the 2 idiots.
Who's the other idiot?
Yeah, maybe you. Yeah. Yeah. Lots of luck on that. So that is coming up. All right.
So maybe we're referring to Jan.
Yeah. Don't get her going. She's on her best behavior today. Oh, Vivian's here. Hi, Vivian. Amy says I would slice my arm off with that rotary cutter, but still good value, I think. Then you're doing it wrong. Yep, never too many, everybody says. Yeah, true. That's just because the reason is we all never get around to changing our blades, do we? Until we absolutely have to. When we can no longer, when we're standing on top of our cutting mat with both arms and legs on the rotary cutter trying to get it to chew through the fabric, then we go, maybe we should change the blade. Otherwise, though, if you have a lot of rotary cutters around, you just grab another one.
Yeah, like the guy that taught my class, he was complaining one day about he's having a hard time cutting some fabric. And I said to him, well, when's the last time you changed your rotary blade? Never. I said, you're always going on about you got to change your needle regularly. I said, when's the last time you changed your rotary blade? Oh. And then as soon as he changed it, it was like, oh, this is really nice.
Well, happiness is a new blade in a rotary cutter, believe me. Because when you get a new blade in there and you go, oh, I should have changed this long. But why is it that we don't? You know, we say that all the time and we know we should, but we'll just struggle through. We don't want to interrupt our flow. Meanwhile, we're sitting there trying to get those couple of threads that didn't cut through and all that kind of stuff with it. Amy says, I'm hoping to make it to this Wednesday's Craft and Chat. I have a guild Christmas brunch to attend, so we'll probably jump in the Zoom around too. Well, no, Amy. No, I will not be double booked. I am sorry. No, it's either me, all of me, or none of me. I'm just joking. Come in whenever you want. Kay says it's the inauguration of the fan club, right, Jan? Oh, yeah. No. I will not make the same mistake twice. I will not give Jan co-host privileges. No, I learned my lesson on that. Yeah, Patsy, replacement blades are expensive. And you know what I do is I buy them on Amazon, and I get I used to get ones that were called Bear, Bear, and they were pretty good, and I could get 10 of them for like $20. Well, I can't find those on Amazon anymore, and there's a couple of other companies that have tried, but the most I can get is like 5 or 6 for around that price. They're okay. They don't last probably as long as an official Olfa blade, but an Olfa blade is that lightning?
Could be.
That's not lightning. It's they cost you like $40 for one blade. Now if you can go to Michael's or Joann's with a coupon and sometimes get them for that, but that's still just one blade. So I don't know.
Somebody said they bought 10 blades for $10 on Black Friday.
Oh yeah?
No, that's probably in the US.
Yeah. I'm always talking in Canadian dollars. Vivian here, please say hi. Hi, Vivian. Had to reboot iPad. Hi, everyone. Oh, okay. Dana says Amazon carries lots of blades at a very reasonable price. Buy blades at a quilt store is a disaster to your Visa card. Yeah, I know. Exactly. Jan says, oh, come on, Steven. Please.
Especially with mine, like half the time I put in a decent blade and suddenly run over a pin, and that just does them in.
Yeah. Well, yeah, that's the thing. So I stock up on them every now and then from Amazon. So Jan says the best, very good price. Ask me how I know. Ormacraft? Where did you get them? On Amazon, Jan? I think I've seen that name before, but I've never bought those. Kathleen says I have a 28 Clover and I cannot figure out how to change the blade. Oh.
Have you tried looking for a YouTube video?
Yeah, there might be a YouTube video about that.
I always forget, and I forgot the first few times I changed my Olfa and kept looking up the YouTube video on how to do it.
Yeah, and Tracy says doll blades make accidents happen too. Yeah, true. Emergency room visits are expensive too. Yeah, so yeah. I wait and stock up on blades at Joann's when they're 50% off. Yeah, well, you got to do what you got to do when it comes to those kinds of things. Okay, so talking about spending money. 'Tis the season, isn't it? Where everybody's got their hand out looking for you to donate. They play on your emotions. They show you pictures of poor people wandering the streets, children, wide-eyed, starving, hungry, and the whole bit. Okay. I get it. We should be a little bit more giving and that kind of thing to help those that can't help themselves and things like that. But some of them go too far. I want to give you an example. Now, first of all, this is about children, okay? And I don't like to see children suffer, like from major illnesses and things like that. However, we have a hospital in Toronto. It's world famous. It's called Sick Kids, Children's Hospital. It's been around for years. And right now they're trying to build a new one. And they have all these fundraisers going on. And they want your money. You get stuff in the mail. You see these very elaborate television commercials for them. You get nailed at cash registers at the liquor store asking if you'd like to donate something to sick kids. And I'll say, no, I don't have any sick children right now, but I'll keep you in mind. When they get a runny nose, I'll bring them right in. You can take them. And what drives me nuts about this institution is the other day in the mail, I got a glossy calendar from them. I don't donate to Sick Kids Hospital. Why don't I? I don't have children.
I used to donate all the time through work and everything else.
You have children I don't know about?
And thinking that this was a really good cause to do. And I still think in some ways it's a good cause. But the problem I've gotten into now is that I have found out that they spend so much money on administration and advertising that less than 40% of your donation goes to the actual charity.
See, their money is all going to, first of all, they have to pay for these television commercials, and they are elaborate productions that they have right now. They are meant to pull at your heartstrings, but they're also meant to bring hope and all this kind of stuff, and they are very, very elaborate. And then I get in the mail this glossy calendar looking for a donation. See, they're playing on the idea that they gave you something, so you feel obligated to send them something because they gave you something. First of all, I didn't ask for the calendar. Did I keep the calendar? I didn't keep the calendar. And I put it in the recycling. I did. I mean, some of you would probably say, well, maybe what you could have done is if you didn't want it, you could pass it on to a neighbor or to a relative or somebody like that. Yeah, maybe. But the fact is, I'm not
Probably
giving them the
everybody
money.
got one.
Oh, yeah, everybody got one. Yeah, that's the thing. I wasn't special out of this. Yeah, everybody got one of these calendars as well. Well, how much money do they put into the printing? Because they are nice calendars. They're on nice quality paper, glossy photos, and everything like that. And I've always wanted is to hang up in my room a calendar showing me a sick kid. But it's a lovely picture in quality. And if 60% of the money that you donate is going into stuff like that, it makes you wonder. And that's just what you do know. There's other expenses as well that they have. Yes, I get it. It costs money to get money. However,
it's pretty bad how much money they spend on advertising, and they have this philosophy that even getting even a tiny bit back helps, right? And the thing is that millions and millions of dollars of money that they get from the public is going back into advertising.
Yeah.
And
it's lining other people's pockets. It's not going directly to the research and everything else that they do in order to, help.
Somebody says maybe
kids.
the company that donated the calendars, there's possibility with that.
They may have. But there's nothing on it that said it was.
I do know that it's been publicized that like 63% goes to, I'm guessing right now because it was more than 60% when I read about it last, but like 63% of it goes to advertising and administration costs of the charity itself.
And
right, so I mean, so that leaves less than 40% that's going to the actual hospital, and of course the hospital has administration too, so you're paying for administration of the hospital as well.
And on that calendar, I did not, if someone had donated that, I think that they would have put a thing on it tagging, thanks to such and such printing for donating their time and materials or something like that. And there was nothing like that on it. So, yeah, and I doubt that a company producing that many calendars for them and that is... I
mean, that's just one example. There are other charities around that are asking for money, and they have high administration costs as well. But this one seems to be one of the highest ones.
Like, I'm using the Sick Kids Hospital campaign for money as an example, but as Walter said, there's other companies to do it. Do you remember, and I think it still happens, UNICEF or whatever, or Oxfam, whatever, they used to send you a package of Christmas cards. And the idea was they sent them to you, but you donated for those cards. And so again, they were playing on your guilt. Now, I haven't seen those in quite a few years, maybe because I never donated any money to them, so I don't get them. Or maybe now they sell them. I know they do have like Oxfam or UNICEF stores, or online, I guess it would be now. So if you want to do that, kind of a thing. And maybe that's not as bad as just getting it in the mail and playing the guilt. Like, okay, I'm going to buy Christmas cards anyways, although who sends out Christmas cards anymore at the cost of postage? I don't. But maybe people who feel like, okay, I'm sending these Christmas cards out, I might as well buy them where I know that part of the money that I'm using to pay for the cards is going towards this group. Okay, I can see that as a way of working.
Yeah, I think, was it the Heart and Stroke Fund used to do that too.
Yes.
Send you these elaborate Christmas cards. And then they expected you to donate then they suggested like
Oh, they suggested how much they
several
wanted.
$100s.
And then they started suggesting how much you should give a month
Yeah.
too, as well, from that, like a subscription.
Yeah, and yeah, with there's also places that in this area that you can donate clothing to. And
Yeah.
I've noticed more and more people are asking not to donate to organizations that resell the clothing for a profit, and rather give clothing to actual local shelters that are actually trying to help people directly.
Well, Value Village
Yeah,
was
which is
was affiliated with Diabetes Society. I don't know if they still are.
they apparently still are, but diabetes apparently doesn't get a huge amount of money from them, and they turn around and resell the clothing at a profit to profit the company.
Yeah.
So that's where that particular one is going to. Is a lot of people I've talked to or I've seen asking, where can I donate my clothing other than Value Village, because they're a business that are making money, rather than there's a shelter in our local community that is giving back directly to homeless people.
Yeah.
So, and I'd rather give to them than a company that's making money. And Value Village is actually turning around and selling the clothing
Yeah.
at a higher cost than what new clothing was.
You used to be able to go into Value Village and get some deals. It's not true anymore. Their prices have gone sky high on stuff that is used, that was donated, was given to them for nothing.
So even people that don't make a lot of money can't afford to shop
No.
there.
No. So now I did see a comment up here. Kay says, I've seen that a lot online when they're talking about Goodwill versus Salvation Army. Don't get me started on Salvation Army. Okay. Salvation Army have their little drums or whatever. Actually, they don't do the drums anymore. They have, you can do it on, you can donate to them electronically. Like you go in a store, you give them your credit card, they'll swipe it for you with that. And the people standing there are not volunteers. They're being paid to do it. Well, who wants to volunteer for it? But Salvation Army, first of all, the reason I have a problem with Salvation Army is because Salvation Army do not like us. They don't like our type of people, gay people. And they won't help.
No, they
gay
do
people.
say they try to get around that by saying they help everyone
Yeah, but
equally,
they don't.
but they don't. So.
And the help that they also give, there comes with a price for those people that come in and get, some food or some shelter and that, because then they have the Bible thrown down their throat and religion down their throat. Okay? So I have a big problem with that. I do not support Salvation Army at all. Maybe at one time at one point in time in history they did things that were good and the whole bit. But just like a lot of these charities that have been around for a while, the almighty dollar gets in the way. And they have administration costs. I mean, they got to pay for shelter. They have to pay for the food and everything like that. I get that as well. But it all comes, their charity comes with a price ticket to the people that they're trying to help out. So, no, I don't give to Salvation Army at all. Julie says, all the scammers come out during the winter holidays. Better spend your charity money on local shelters and soup kitchens. Yeah, exactly. Nancy gets the cards. Or tons of address labels. Oh, yeah. Been through that for many years. $20 means a lot more to the local women's shelter than it does to the kids' hospital. Yeah, in this country, all right, our healthcare system is such, even though that our premier is trying to break it and is doing a very successful job of such. If you have a sick child and they need to go to the sick kids hospital, most of what's their treatment and that is covered. That's covered by our taxes. So in a sense, we are giving to sick kids. It comes through our taxes. But women's shelters don't get as much money as the hospitals and things like that. So yeah, maybe they should get your money. Let's see. What was this up here? It's going by too fast. Jan's, I resent the email, Stephen, to reference Orma crap. Okay, thanks, Jan. Trace says you're right about that. ASPCA gives t-shirts, etc. ASPCA, very little actually goes to help the animals. Best Friends or local non-profit animalists would be better to donate for animal welfare. That I didn't know, but that doesn't surprise me because they're a big corporation or big whatever they are, foundation. Penny's here. Hi, Penny. Amy, also spay neuter programs is a good place to donate. And I'm assuming you're still talking about animals. Judy says, I pay for coffee for the car behind me in the drive-thru. That's giving without guilt. Yeah, the old pass it forward or whatever.
Well, I've done a couple of times. It hasn't happened for a while, but I've been in a grocery store lineup before where the person ahead of me is short by $5 or something like that. And I just want to get through, so I give them the $5.
Well, I've done it too. I've been in, like, I was in a Subway a year or so ago, and the lady ahead of me had these coupons, and she was getting, a couple of subs, and I overheard her talking about the fact she was looking after someone who was an invalid and things like that. And she had the coupons, and she only had exactly the money to that. But what she didn't realize on the coupon was in order to be able to use the coupon, she had to buy a large drink as well. And she didn't want a large drink. But the girl at the counter, the girl at the counter could just said, don't worry about it, and just take the coupon. It's not going to cost them anything. And yes, she's an employee. Maybe she doesn't have the authority to do that. But, really? And I just said to the girl thing, I says, just put whatever she's bought, I'll pay for it. Just because this woman did. She says, I'll give you the coupons or whatever. And I said, no, it's okay. Don't worry about it. So I did that because I felt bad for her. They had already made up everything with that. She was getting it. She was looking after. Now, maybe she was taking everybody in as a sucker. I don't know, but whatever way. So I did that. At least I knew where the money was going.
Yeah.
That I was doing, there wasn't any big administration costs there. Margaret says, I only give money to the Shriners Children's Hospital and St. Jude Cancer Research. Yeah. You can pick your charities for whatever reason you want. And I'm not saying that you shouldn't give to these places. I'm just saying that I don't like their tactics.
Yeah.
Let's be upfront about it all the time. Selena says, holding with Stephanie Stitches is true because religion's behind not helping people. Yeah. Julie says, I got our synagogue to sponsor the local homeless shelter instead of the big advertising budget church sponsored food pantry. It meant a lot to the shelter to have our support. They can't afford ads. Yeah. And Green Quilt says, I ignore them all. I make decisions based on my interests. One of these is for bear cubs who are given the chance to mature near Spruceville, Ontario. Oh, that's interesting. And and Amy says, yes, I'm a big spay neuter advocate. Yes, Stephen, I'm talking about animals, but now that you questioned my statement, whatever. Actually, this isn't a little aside, but speaking about spaying and neuter, yesterday I was on for a couple of hours with Donna, Handmade with Ying, had a little sew day going on, so I was on there for a couple of hours, and the ladies were all talking about their husbands' vasectomies and everything like that, and it was getting a little graphic. Luckily, we had to go out and buy fabric, so got into that conversation. So spay and neuter your husband.
So you can pick your friends, you can pick your nose, but you can't pick your friend's nose.
No, just thought I had a little humor. Very true. But anyways, and I get really tired of them too this time of the year. Now the grocery stores used to, would you like to donate to such a? Now what they have is in a lot of them, they've got a big brown bag with a list of items on it, and for $5 or $10, you can donate so that this bag, I don't think the actual bag, goes to, someone in need, kind of a deal. They make it more personalized now because, we're used to food banks, and that's basically where that money's going. It's going to a food bank kind of a thing. And I've got nothing against food banks. It's just a shame that so many people have to use food banks now, and it's the working poor that have to use them. But what they're doing is they're making it, they know that the way to get you to donate is make it more personalized. So they're telling you it's going to go to the food bank in your area. Well, no, the money you give is going there. I don't think someone's going down the rows and picking up groceries like that.
Or they're making it more convenient.
I guess. Okay, so yeah, if you make something more convenient, so maybe they figure people will donate that way because it's not a big hassle. Obviously, Salvation Army's made it very easy. Oh, just tap here. Okay, fine. And it's got suggested amounts. You know, it's like one of those machines when you're in a restaurant and it comes up with percentages for tipping. It's the same thing on theirs, except it's suggested amounts you can donate. You know. And why do they hang outside of liquor stores and bars? Bars especially. Well, you know, patrons are coming out, they've had a few drinks, they suddenly feel generous. Oh, sure, here's $20. I'd take 100. What the heck? It's all
Salvation Army doesn't drink, so.
Yeah, I know. There's something. Yeah, but they'll take money from organizations that deal with alcohol. Yeah, really. Amy says, best friends made such a big difference in the country I live in. I worked for them to spay and neuter feral colonies, and they helped a ton. And Celine says, I do not give money anymore. I donate enough items over the years. When I declutter that, I figure I give enough money. Yeah, well, that's true too. Been to Best Friends a few times. Awesome place. So this is the animal shelter that you're talking about in your area. Yeah. I don't know if we have any. Well, there's a cat rescue or something, or there was.
Yeah.
But I don't know.
Could take a look at that.
Yes. Save our pussies. Yeah, funny, I kill myself. Yeah, really. But anyways, I just find it so bloody annoying at this time of the year, mainly because of their tactics. It's not so much about giving money, making donations. It's the tactics to try and get it out of you. In a sense, it's a form of scamming. If you really want to think about it, you know, everybody wants your dollar, don't they? Yep.
Maybe they'll accept gift cards.
Yeah, maybe. Oh, how about cryptocurrency? Yeah, I don't drink much either, but I will take your money. Yeah. Yeah, Patsy. So anyways, yeah, I just thought that was something that was irking me at this lovely time of the year, you know, good cheer and all that kind of stuff. Bah, humbug. Okay, so I think that pretty much brings us to the close of today. I'm just looking over my notes to see if there's anything else that we need to say. One thing I want to say is I'm so sick of Vlogmases. Sorry, Stephanie. I'm not sick of hers. I love Stephanie. But no, what I mean by that is everybody has a Vlogmas, to the point where I'm starting to think, oh, maybe I should have done Vlogmas too, but I can't do a video every day for 25 days or 24 days in a row. I wouldn't know what to put into those. And
no. Dana says, congratulations for being on Phil's site.
Oh yes, I am an influencer. Thank you very much. They actually contacted me about that if I would allow that to happen. They had about 4 others on there too. It's because I did a video way back comparing their stabilizer with Floriani their thread with Floriani thread for embroidery, and they saw it. And so that was why now they've got somebody who's now in charge of influencers or something, and they wanted to put that up. So yes, I'm just a legend in my own mind, am I not? Just catching up here. Amy says Best Friends is the main place is Utah, but they're all over the U.S. Okay. Selena's just sick of Christmas. Yeah, I know how you feel. Green Quill says, thank you for not doing Vlogmas. Yeah. Oh, if you want to see a Vlogmas, though, and I've mentioned this before, that'll just make you bring a bucket and have it sitting beside you. Watch Christopher Allen. I mean, I'm addicted to his Vlogmas stuff because, well, one, every time he clutches the pearls, and you'll know what I mean if you watch some of his things, it could become a drinking game. You'll be drunk within the first 5 minutes. And all of his Christmas decorating ideas, his house is over the top. You want to take a calculator with you and start calculating everything. And it's easy to do because he lists everything that he has bought and where to get them from. And it's ridiculous. It's absolutely ridiculous. If he took the money that he spent, because he's always talking about at the end of it, he has this little saying, give kindness. Kindness is free. Give it to everybody. Something like that at the end. Oh, it just makes you tear up as you try to hold in the laughter. If he gave the money that he spends on advent calendars alone, and these are not advent calendars like, a little piece of cardboard, you open the little door and you get a stupid
These are just,
chocolate.
general advent calendars that, not quilting ones.
No, they're not quilting. They're cosmetics, tea, coffee, jewelry, decor items. These boxes range in price from several $100s to $1,000 or more, and he has tons of them. He even has 2 dogs, and each dog has their own advent calendar, and they are gourmet doggy treats. They are not like a milk bone, okay, out of a box. I mean, if you want to upgrade it, get a colored milk bone. I don't know if you can even get those anymore. Didn't you used to eat those as a kid?
I tried them when I was a kid.
Okay.
They had colored milk bones. They said they were all different flavors.
Which
and I found that they were just colored different. They all tasted the same.
But you had to eat the whole box, didn't you? Just find out.
I tried every flavor.
Woof woof. It explains why sometimes you want to go out.
They taste like sawdust too.
And you know that how?
Because I tried one.
Yeah, but how do you know it tastes like sawdust? You're eating sawdust.
Well, I don't know. That's how I figure sawdust will taste.
Yeah, but anyways, as I was saying about some of the Vlogmases, after a while, you have to be selective. I'm selective about whose Vlogmases I watch. I watch Christopher Allen's because he just never ceases to amaze me at the money he spends, and he is such a freaking... I don't like to say bad things about other YouTube creators, but, well, you'll know what I mean if you ever watch them. There's 2 Christopher Allens, by the way. One is... has a craft store and has craft supplies. That's not the one I'm talking about. This one,
has red hair.
Red hair, glasses. He starts off, "Good morning, everyone." He holds his hands like this and he clutches the pearls, and he always has his nails done. Which, nail polish on a guy's hands makes me sick. I'm sorry, but it does.
Selena, no, this is not a new shirt. I made it last year, actually. One of the few long sleeve shirts.
Yeah, and I made a quilt out of that fabric too. I should take a picture of you and the quilt together with that. And Celine says, I want to know what he does with all the stuff in the calendars. I have no idea. And he always has the latest electronics. He's got some kind of smeg latte maker.
Yeah, they're like $500.
Yeah. And he must have 100,000 pairs of shoes as well. He's always buying because they're comfortable, and he buys, and they're all expensive and everything. Must be nice if you've got the money, I guess.
That's a good question. Why do guys paint their nails?
It's supposed to show support for the transgender community.
I read somewhere else something about it's to allow your expression of yourself or something like that. It used to have something to do with transgender community, and now it has something to do with not being able to conform to what society wants you to be. So
I don't know, to each his own, but I don't know. There's something about seeing a man's nails that are painted that gags me. I don't know what it is, but it does. It just...
Yeah, I've never liked it.
No, and I don't...
I mean, it's one thing to do it at Halloween, but...
Yeah. Yeah. But whatever. Julie says, nail polish on guys, I confess I really dislike women's acrylic nails. Too long, never look cemetery. Have you noticed the new trend in the nails on women? They're claws. They have these long, pointy things. They're lethal weapons.
I think they've always had that. Depends on what woman. A lot of women don't do that.
Well, Kitty has claws.
I mean, if you get Donna Jordan's nails, they're not too bad.
No, but there's ones now that the celebrities in that, and these things come out this long.
Well, a woman that's working can't possibly have those because for one thing, they can't keyboard with that on.
Well, whatever. I don't know. Well, geez, I hope they don't pick their nose and forget because it's that's brain bleed. Yeah, whatever. Okay, well, I think on that note, we should go. Marlon says, I wonder what he does for a living as he's always going to work leadership meetings.
He works for an educational nonprofit company in New York or something.
Yeah, something like that in New York State or something like that. I don't know. I have acrylic nails. I keep them nice and short, nice neutral colors. I just like my nails long enough to help me pick up pins when I sew. Well, there's a functional use. Okay, guys, thanks for joining us today and everything. Hope you enjoyed the unbagging of Santa's bag there. Next week, we'll have another 5 ones out of that. And Craft and Chat on Wednesday. Keep that in mind. And, of course, other videos will go up this week, too. So check out Stephanie Stitch's Vlogmas and everything in her unboxing because she got a lot. She got a lot of boxes, so it's a really good sampler of what you could get into if you've never actually bought one of these. So have a good week.